Morning. I'm Glenn and the other members of our music team here, Neela and Sasha and Ed, and our music director, Rebecca. And, and we want to welcome you to Unity of St. Petersburg, and we're going to start with our opening songs, if you will rise as you're able. And we're going to start with Peace Like a River.
Here we go. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. Love. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Joy. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river in my soul. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you are home. You are welcome here. 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 Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you are home. You are welcome here. 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 I am 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 welcome here. Oh, we are welcome here. 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 You 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 are welcome here. I am 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 welcome here.
Good morning, everybody. If you just look to the person to the left of you, say, I see the God in you. And look to the right of you, say, I see God in you. I see the Christ in you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you, Rebecca. I really appreciate it. So let's start with prayer. Close your eyes for a minute. Oh, breathe in, Spirit. Know that Spirit is here, surrounding us, within us, comforting us as our security, as our strength, as our power, and as the presence, the one and only presence. We are grateful to know that here today and come together in community and celebrate. Amen, amen, and so it is. Thank you all for being here this morning, and thank you all who are joining us online. I'm going to light the Christ candles so that we can remember of the divine light, the flame that resides within each and every one of us. So I think I'm going to, but you know it's there. This is a reminder. There we go. Boom. Okay, the lights are on. We can't turn them off once they're on, right? Everybody's got their lights on. All right, so the divine flame, we just ignited that, and now we got a few announcements from Anastasia.
Morning. Good morning. I'm Anastasia Jaster Cox, and I welcome you to Unity of St. Petersburg, where we celebrate God, the good, and the principles of unity as a positive path for spiritual living. We are pleased to join you in celebration and worship today, whether you are here in the sanctuary or on Zoom. Thank you for being a part of our spiritual community. If you are here in the sanctuary, please silence your cell phones. We believe there are many paths to God and many names for God, but there is only one power and one presence, and it is good, God the good. Unity invites us to awaken the Christ within with practical applications for everyday positive living in order to make a difference in our world. For those visiting Unity of St. Petersburg for the first time today, we welcome you. If you are here for the first time, please take a moment to fill out the two-sided guest sheet in the back of the chair in front of you, and you can bring it to the lobby, the information desk in the lobby, and you will receive a small gift. We will also add you to our monthly newsletter. We are grateful you've been guided to Unity of St. Petersburg and invite you to return. And now for announcements. After service today at noon, the Healing and Meditation Circle will be held here in the sanctuary. Everyone is welcome to stay for a wonderful healing experience. This Wednesday from 1 o'clock to 2:30, Angela Barberin will be holding a Course in Miracles held in the meditation room. Join us for enlightenment. Starting on Thursday, June 4th from 12:30 to 1:30, Reverend Lori will be holding a 3-week afternoon discussion group around spiritual economics using unity principles from Eric Butterworth's book, Spiritual Economics, and everyone is welcome. On Friday, June 5th, there will be a celebration of life for Helen Harvey. This service will be held at the Fellowship Hall of the Most Holy Name of Jesus at 5800 15th Avenue in Gulfport from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. Helen was a member of First Unity when it was located on 4th Street. Next Sunday, on June 7th, we have a special treat. After service at noon, author Mark Ruffner and Richard Radis will be here to discuss their book, Lessons from Oneness. If anyone is interested, please join us. There's a sign-up sheet in the lobby. And on the following Saturday, June 13th, Reverend Carmen Lewis will hold part 2 of the past life regression class from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This class is for all who attended the past life regression part 1 and are looking for a deeper journey. There is a sign-up sheet in the lobby, and the cost is $20. Also, we are having a sale in the bookstore. All books are 50% off, and we have received a new shipment of our beautiful greeting cards. We have, oh, okay. I think you better give it now.
And we have another announcement, and I'm really happy to share that our friend Cindy Zontek is with us this morning to share the meditation and the message. And Cindy, thank you so much for joining us. And she's a great spiritual leader in the community and doing wonderful things. So we're so glad that you could join us today. And as for the missing slides, I don't know what happened, but we got a lot going on. So
Yes, we have many more events and activities throughout the month. So be sure to check the bulletin board in the lobby. So now let's speak together our statement of faith, the foundational principle of unity. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. And let us take a moment and bless our children. Together, to all of God's children, we were loved and protected. We bless you. We love you. You are the light of the world. And now, as we move into our time of meditation, El Speed will lead us in the reading of today's daily word.
Thank you. Today's word is world peace. Divine love is my very essence. I draw from this inner source to lay a foundation of love in my heart. And on this foundation, I build a house of peace, compassion, and acceptance. I invite others into this house through my kind words and actions. I live in an awareness that all people are divine. All deserve respect and a channel to express their true selves. I view the people of the world as my neighbors. We may look, talk, or believe differently, but it is this diversity that fills the world with beauty. I radiate divine love to all and gratefully receive the love that returns to me. This exchange is the basis of lasting peace. Together, one word, one smile, one act of compassion at a time, we build a peaceful world. If it is possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. Romans 12, verse 18. So please affirm with me our daily word. My loving thoughts, words, and actions contribute to world peace. Thank you.
And now we'll read the prayer list. And let's take a moment and hold the loved ones in our hearts and minds as I read those from the prayer list. Brian, Emily, Carol, Jerry, Dean, Jean, Lauren, Laura, Dan, Alex, Debbie, Kevin, Jesse, Amber, Kyle, Jamie, Pam, Debbie, Diane, Charlie, Athena, Marissa, Ariel, Ed, Mira, Doris, Emerson, Kathy, Bruce, Hayden, Livingston, Sterling, Sebastian, Cortland, Brooke, Lily Bell, Susan, Colleen, Marie, Liz, Ann, Marianne, Jim, Will, Sheila, Sue, Ray, David, Ken, Claire, Sandy, Richard, Mary, Michael, Stephanie, Michael, Sarah, Cody, Luke, Owen, Will, Lodi, Anne, Ray, Shannon, Amy, Ray, Johan, Kaylee, Sebastian, and Marjorie. Hold all these in prayer and bless them. Thank you.
Love is there. Peace is there. silence, there is a sacred place, secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light, now you find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there. Peace is there. Truth is there. God is there. If you'd like to sing with me. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light, now you find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there. Ooh, peace is there. Ooh, truth is there. Ooh, God is there. And we enter into our time of meditation.
Good morning. I invite you now, if you feel comfortable, to gently close your eyes and begin to simply notice your breathing. There's no need to change it, no need to force anything. Just notice the gentle rhythm of breathing in and breathing out. And just for a few moments, allow yourself to arrive fully here, in this place, in this moment. Take a slow, conscious breath in, and softly release. Again, breathing in and letting go. Now imagine that with every breath, you're becoming just a little more present, a little more open, a little more aware of the quiet presence of spirit within you. Now I'm going to ask you to gently bring into your awareness something in your life that feels uncertain. Perhaps it's a challenge, a question, a relationship, a decision, or simply an area where you long for greater clarity, greater peace, or some sort of change. I want you to bring that into your awareness. Now, as you're exploring that experience, that situation, I want you to realize that you don't need to fix anything right now. Just allow it to rest softly in your awareness. You can actually hold this situation gently in your hands. Feel the weight of it. Allow yourself to experience it. Explore it. Now I'd like you, if you feel comfortable, to invite Spirit to hold this situation with you. You're not giving up responsibility for it. You are merely inviting Spirit to be here with you in it. And silently, inwardly, you might say, Spirit, walk with me in this. Spirit, help me to see what I cannot see yet. Spirit, help me to trust the unfolding of it in my life. Now I ask you to imagine a gentle light surrounding you. The warm, compassionate presence. Honoring you and the journey you are taking in this situation. For a moment, just feel the beauty of that. I'm going to ask you to hold that situation in your awareness as we prepare for the message today. Know that Spirit is already present in that situation for you with your invitation. And so it is.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, and now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will bring me home. When we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing Spirit's praise than when we'd first begun. Sing with me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you for inviting me back. Well, you might not have known you invited me back, but you did. So thank you all. Over the last month, Reverend Lori and Reverend Carmen offered some wisdom on claiming our power and awakening our power and returning to wholeness of who we are, and about inviting the dog. I mean inviting God. So today, I want to continue with a reflection on sacred sovereignty and the power of invitation. And I want to start that with this. And it starts in the book of Genesis, because it contains one of the most profound statements ever made about humanity. It says, "Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion." So God created humankind in his image. Now, we're not talking about a physical image or form, okay? We're talking about the essence of the divinity, the reference to the divine nature, divine potential, and divine qualities. And so we can say this: if God is love, so too are we love. If God is wisdom, then wisdom already exists in me, you. If God is creative intelligence, then creative intelligence is our essence. And so I could say this: if the Creator creates, and we are created in that image and likeness, then we too are creators. Do you understand that? We are creators. And we're always creating. We're creating through our thoughts, through our beliefs, through our attention, through our choices. We're creating through and by the consciousness that we bring into every experience that we have. Simply, we are creators. And the very first gift that we are given is the gift of choice. It's called free will. You see, we have sovereignty. You know, sovereignty, that sacred authority to govern ourselves, to govern our consciousness. It's the ability we have to choose our responses, to choose our perspective, to choose our alignment, and to choose the consciousness from which we live. Now, I tell you this because these truths that I've just stated are at the center of who we are and the center of our power structure. Because when we fully understand that we are creators, we understand that we are responsible too for the creation of our very own life, of our very own reality that we have created around us, the reality from which we live. And this is a very powerful perspective to own. You see, because when I stand in the center of my life, I realize that my life is a construct of my choices. A construct from my perspective of reality. A construct from my consciousness. And that knowledge in itself changes everything. No. You see, as I build my life, I make choices, right? We all do. As you built your life, you made choices. Where am I going to live? Who am I going to be in relationship with? Where am I going to work? What kind of work am I going to do? What am I going to read? What do I choose to eat? Who are the people I'm going to invite into my circle? What experiences that I participate in are the choices that I make? What I invite into my life through my choices creates the fabric of my existence. It becomes the framework for how I view everything and how I experience life itself. And here's the rub, because there's always a little rub somewhere in this. All of those choices that I've made could have been limited by my ego, by the old wounds that I carry, by a belief system that I embrace, by my limited worldview. Do you see how that works? And there's no judgment here on that, because the truth is, there's no right or wrong, because it represents the place we were at the moment that we made that decision. You see, and here's the power. As the creator, you have constructed your framework around you. And when you acknowledge that you are the contractor for that life, you can fire the contractor. No, you really can't. But you begin to understand and claim the actual power that you have. Because if you could build it, guess what? You can change it and you can rebuild it. Do you see what power you have? All you need to do is simply start making different choices. And perhaps, maybe you need to extend different invitations of who you're inviting in. And you have the ability to make that choice. You know why? You're sovereign beings. The sovereignty that you have. Now, this is important, folks. The sovereignty that you have is so sacred. It is so sacred that even God will not violate your free will. Do you hear that? Spirit does not force itself into your life. Spirit does not dominate. Spirit does not impose. You know what Spirit does? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to invite me in. Let me tell you, this is sort of like the secret sauce. if you want to invite unlimited possibility into your life, if you want to invite divine collaboration, you just need to ask for it. So the question I have for you is, have you consciously invited Spirit to be an active, not an active participant in your life? Not just in one situation, but in every situation and in every experience. Because if you do, Spirit will respond to your willingness. Spirit will respond to your openness. And if you invite the dog, they show up for dinner. And let me be clear. When we invite Spirit into our life, we are inviting Spirit into active participation. And we are, in fact, inviting infinite and divine possibility. And let's talk about that invitation. How many times, you might want to think about this, how many times have you invited Spirit and then put the handcuffs on Spirit because you've already said exactly what the outcome needs to be? I'll give you an example. Spirit, I would like to experience financial security. Please let me win the lottery tonight. Come on, how many people have asked that one? Well, I might be the only one then. How about, Spirit, I want companionship in my life. Make him or her perfect. Make them look like a model. Do you see what I'm saying? It's how we do the invitation, too. Now, what if we said, Spirit, I am experiencing challenges in my financial situation. And I invite you into this situation so that I can have clarity in providing for my own needs. And for clarity for those needs and experiencing living life with a new level of financial ease. Guess what? You've invited Spirit in and then left the possibilities open for things that you could never imagine or see. In the meditation this morning, think about that situation that you thought about. How might you rephrase the invitation for Spirit to actively participate so that your expectations do not limit the outcome? You know, a lot of times, I think people think when we invite God or Spirit into our life situations, that what we're really asking for is God to remove the difficulty from our lives, right? We do that an awful lot. But maybe we need to change our consciousness around that. Maybe it is about something else. Spiritual partnership that we're talking about is not always about elimination. Sometimes, friends, it's about transformation. transformation that comes through that experience. It's true that spirit can change circumstances, but isn't it also true that spirit can change us within the circumstance? Often, our deepest transformation comes not because life became easier. I hate to break it to you. But it is because our consciousness expanded while we were moving through the experience. Honestly, what active partnership, what active spiritual partnership looks like is this. Spirit, walk with me. Let me feel your presence. Let me see this situation differently. Help me to understand more deeply. Awaken love in me. Quiet the fear that I carry in my heart. Let me see all of the possibilities. Help me to connect with my highest self through this experience. And listen, there's an invitation that comes the other way too. Because spirit, for us, the invitation goes both ways. For us, the invitation is to shift our consciousness in alignment with spirit. And for us to see and be our highest aspects of who we can be and who we are. Maybe we can invite spirit in a way that does not handcuff the outcome to what we think is best, but is what is in our highest good. And if it's okay, you know I like to tell some stories. And if it's okay, I'm going to tell you some story. I'm going to share a story. One of them it's kind of a two-part, involves this community. About a year ago, shortly after Reverend Laurie took the post here as our wonderful spiritual leader, I came for a service. And after that service, I was having coffee and donuts back here. And by the way, are we having that after today? Oh, yeah. And I started talking to a woman. And if you're here and it was you that I was speaking to, I will assure you that I do not remember your face and I don't remember your name. So I apologize in advance. I was talking to this woman, and the conversation turned to politics and chaos and fear in the world. And I said to her that I did not live in fear. That is not my experience. And she looked at me and said, "But I do. And I don't know how to move past it." And I froze because I did not know how to help her. I didn't know what to say to her. I didn't know how to ease her suffering. I had no wisdom to offer and no thought how to help her move past it. That was hard for me. Not as hard as what she's been living. But it deeply touched me. And that conversation stayed with me. I spoke of it often in the days and weeks that followed And 2 of my soul sisters are here, and they heard about it probably an awful lot. Because it really weighed on me to see somebody suffer and know I had nothing to offer. So I did what I do. I prayed about it. And I turned inward, and I meditated. And I invited Spirit in. And I said, Spirit, guide me here. Awaken some kind of wisdom inside of me. Give me the words, the understanding, something that I could offer to her or to others that might experience that level of fear. And then I waited. Now I want to explain to you, and I think this is an important part to share with you, about what was happening in my life at that time. About 3 months before that meeting, so it was like in February of last year, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And let me tell you, it was about the size of a marble. The doctor felt it wasn't cancerous. And essentially, if you're going to get a brain tumor, get the kind I had. The doctor said, we're just going to wait and see. We're going to see how fast it grows. And I did some research, and I found out that the only course of action when this little pearl that was growing in my head, the only course of action is brain surgery and extraction. And that would only happen as the brain tumor grew and I started to experience symptoms. Now, this is the important part of what I want you to hear about that. As severe as that might sound, I had absolutely no fear about it at all. Besides in the initial shock of it, I didn't have fear. And one of the reasons that I didn't have fear is because I trusted that Spirit had my back. I trusted that the tumor was not a big deal. And I went so far as to say, I believed with my whole heart I was never going to have brain surgery. In fact, because I have so many spiritual powers, I gathered a group of 8 of my closest friends, and I asked them to help me envision shrinking and dissolving this little pearl that was growing in my head. And so with that certainty, I had no fear. So you see, what happened is, when I encountered somebody who had fear, I didn't know how to respond to it. Because I was in that place of, come on, lady, all that stuff's happening out here. Have a brain tumor and see what that feels like. But you see, that's not realistic, is it? Now remember, I invited Spirit into the whole situation. And I was pretty sure what was going to happen. We're just going to shrink that little thing. Now I want to jump ahead. 4 months after, I encountered the woman here in the room. One day, I woke up and realized I didn't remember any of the day before. I lost an entire day of memories. And my tumor is in the place that affects memory. And I had an MRI And I was told that that little bugger wasn't staying small, that it was growing. I was crushed because I was convinced I was dissolving that thing. I was really attached to being able to dissolve it. So when this experience came to me, I was terrified. I cried for days. I was afraid because I was afraid I was losing mental capacity. I was afraid because the idea of having brain surgery was no longer something we were putting off. It was coming, and it was coming quickly. Now, over the course of the next few days, I started to ground. Now, I really started to pray. And I started to meditate. And slowly, I began to change my consciousness from a place of fear to a place of trust. And I said, Spirit, you always have my back. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to learn from this experience, but apparently I need to learn something by going through surgery. Apparently, there is some reason why my body cannot just dissolve this thing. And that was a thing instead of a pearl, it was a thing. Eventually, I was able to release my attachment to the outcome. And I realized, now talk about starting to shift our consciousness, shift our perspective, that whether I dissolved the tumor or a doctor took and extracted it, the end result would be the same. That pearl was leaving my brain. It was not the method that I planned, but the outcome would be the same. And so now, my consciousness became this. How do I prepare my body to receive my healing by any means, which included surgery? How do I prepare my heart and my mind and my soul to move through this experience with grace and ease? And if any of you really know me, you know I'm a planner. And this became my action plan. And in all of this, I invited Spirit to be a full participant. I asked Spirit to prepare my surgeons for me, to prepare their hands, their hearts, and their minds. I asked my care team to come into a real space of compassion and care for me. I asked Spirit to work with my circle and my family to take their fear away about what was happening to me. You see, when we invite Spirit in, we are able to transmute and change and transcend anything. My friends, we are never powerless when we partner with Spirit. Did you hear that? We are never powerless when we partner with God. So I want to bring this back full circle. After I was able to shift my consciousness around this, I had lunch with my soul sister, Leslie. She's back here. And as I told her what I had been experiencing over the last week or so, she had a look on her face. And she said, Cindy, do you remember this? Because I really told her about the fear and the terror I was feeling. And she looked at me and she said, Cindy, do you remember the story you told me about the woman who was living in fear? And you asked Spirit to help you understand her and her situation. She said, well, it looks like Spirit answered your question. And he answered your prayer. Because when you invite Spirit into your life, we can't be attached to how Spirit is going to give us the answer. And tears were kind of streaming down my face because she was right. I had a new understanding now of how we can move ourselves from fear to light. When I invited Spirit to help me understand fear in that situation, I want to be clear about this because this is important. And sometimes we talk about spiritual bypassing. And when I invited Spirit to help me understand fear, I want to be clear, I was not inviting fear or suffering into my life. Because I do not believe in a God that punishes, harms, or inflicts suffering in order to teach us some lesson. Human life, by its very nature, includes uncertainty. It includes illness. It includes grief. It includes change. And it includes moments that we would never consciously choose. When we invite Spirit into the experience, something extraordinary becomes possible. And it's transformation. And divine and infinite possibility is accessible to us in a way that we might never have been able to see it before. Spirit helps us to move through experience differently and in a new consciousness. Spirit helps us to discover wisdom, compassion, resilience, courage, awakening. And no experience is wasted when Spirit is invited into it. Even in the most difficult situations, something sacred emerges. A deeper compassion maybe, a greater understanding, new priorities, a breaking open of our heart. I experience transcendence that is possible when Spirit is an active participant. Now, I want to be honest with you about something. As I look back at this experience, by the way, I did have brain surgery in January. Everything's great. I came through it beautifully. But that's not the story. Thank you. That's not the story here. Because what I want to share with you is this, that had my experience played out the way Cindy Zontek, planned it, when I made my invitation to Spirit, and I said, don't worry, Spirit, we're just going to dissolve it. Had I and my friends dissolved that pearl, I can tell you the only thing that would have been expanded in that experience would have been my ego. But something deeper happened. Because what expanded in me was compassion and empathy and understanding. Friends, that's a power of inviting Spirit as a participant in your life. And I have learned that one of the great invitations that Spirit offers us is this. It may not be freedom from the storm, but the possibility of becoming someone new because of how you walk through the storm. Perhaps now we may invite Spirit back into our lives with a slightly different invitation. I'd like you to call that situation you placed in your heart earlier back into your awareness. And if you agree with the words I'm going to speak, the invitation to Spirit, if you agree, just please nod your head as it resonates with you, as you align with it, holding that situation in your awareness. Spirit, I consciously invite the one presence, the one life, the one divine intelligence to be a full participant in my life. Spirit, you are welcome here. You are welcomed in my thoughts, in my choices, in my questions, and even in my uncertainty. I release the need to control how you move in my life. I release the need to define the outcome. I am open, and I say yes to our partnership. I say yes to guidance. I say yes to wisdom. I say yes to transformation. And folks, because we are creators, we can say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
So much. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Wow. What a message. And you know, Spirit's continuing to move into in our lives with that message. It was so profound. Thank you so much, Cindy. Yeah, so it doesn't stop there. Spirit continues to move through us. And at this time, this is our time of offering. And I want to thank all of you for being here today and getting to listen to Cindy's message. And so if you would take your tithes, your gifts, your offering, and we are so grateful. We're going to share the offering blessing together. So in our hearts and in our minds, we say, divine love moving through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. All right, thank you.
It's my pleasure to share a song by Janice Stanfield called If I Were Brave. And so you may know the chorus and you might want to sing along, but when we get to the end, get ready for it to shift away from what would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? And it will shift into what will I do today I am brave. So be ready for that shift at the end. What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far could I go? What would I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you do if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, or the voice of courage whisper in my ear. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What will I do today? I am brave. 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 What will I do today? I am brave.
We're going to share the prayer of protection. So the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well all the time.
And we close with the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.